Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A trip to the Dominican Republic leaves a Detroit man making a trip here to the ER in Michigan.
Had she been 5 or 10 minutes later, I wouldn't have made it. They said I wasn't breathing.
Why he believes his Caribbean vacation nearly cost him his life.
The shelter. No,
they haven't been involved. Get Fred someone yelling at us.
Got heated tonight as uncertainty and drama were playing out surrounding Southfield's animal shelter.
But we begin with breaking news just in from Macomb County, where a boater is missing after going overboard.
A search now underway in Anchor Bay. Our Tim Pamplin on the scene with the night cam. Tim.
We're at the Macomb County Marine Division headquarters here on South River Road. And divers have been out looking for this 43-year-old man. Went overboard around about 8 o'clock this evening. We got the vessels out there searching, and the U.S. Coast Guard helicopter with a heat-seeking camera scanning the waters looking for this man. I'm being told the water temperature out there this evening is 67 degrees. I'm told that's survivable for 2 to 3 hours. We're coming up on the 3-hour mark. Crews will stay out here searching all night, I'm being told. Updates in the morning. That's the scene along Anchor Bay with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
All right, Tim. It has been 4 months of stress now for the Almost Home No-Kill shelter.
After 13 years, the city is asking for bids from other animal groups to see if a better deal exists. Mara McDonald is live in Southfield tonight. Mara, supporters for that shelter packed tonight's city council meeting.
They sure did, Kimberly. They came out en masse, even though their issue wasn't on the agenda. Still, things got a little tense in the hallway before the meeting even started.
For 13 years, Almost Home has operated as the city of Southfield's animal shelter. They rehabilitate and vaccinate and care for the animals, while the city owns the building, has paid for upgrades and utilities.
It was a complete shock.
When the shelter got a letter in March telling them to submit a bid to continue as the city's vendor.
13 years, and all of a sudden, you get a letter in the mail. It's very unprofessional. It's kind of disrespectful almost.
Southfield, for its part, says it's just basic governing to submit requests for proposal to see if the best deal is being gotten for the taxpayers. But then, this confrontation happened tonight.
No, they haven't been involved. Get Fred someone yelling at us right over there.
Southfield City Administrator having a heated exchange with shelter management outside tonight's city council meeting where supporters showed up. Now, Almost Home denies anybody has been mauled, but there have been some serious recent injuries.
Generally speaking, we've had a great relationship with the city for 13 years. There has been some change in leadership and in positions, and I'm not sure if there's been a change of heart as to how they want things run.
Back here live, that uncertainty is causing stress over at that shelter, so much so they don't know whether their RFP will be accepted, that the shelter has now started up a GoFundMe in case it has to move. Their big concern, they say, is what happens to the animals if their RFP isn't accepted and they have nowhere else to go. We're live in Southfield tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Yeah. Okay, Mara. One man is arrested after opening fire in a Sterling Heights neighborhood. Police say the man chased his mother out of a home near Clinton River Road in Hayes and fired into the air. He then barricaded himself inside the home before eventually surrendering to officers after a short standoff. Nobody was hurt. Police have recovered the gun.
So far this year, 8 Americans have died mysteriously while vacationing in the Dominican Republic. Countless others have fallen ill in that country. As U.S. authorities investigate what, if anything, is linked to these deaths and illnesses, a Metro Detroit man is speaking out about his own near-death experience. Jermont Terry live at Harper Hospital, where this man spent 4 days critically ill. Jermont.
Devin, by the time A.J. Jones's wife got him here to Harper Hospital, it's safe to say that doctors told him he was only getting 10% of oxygen. Something was shutting his body down. He believes that something was related to a vacation that he took in the DR that ended up here at the ER. After spending days in the ICU, Alejandro A.J. Jones is grateful he's able to catch some fresh air. Back in June, he recalls his wife rushing him to the hospital.
And I said, baby, please, you got to go faster. I can't breathe.
AJ had been dealing with a constant sickness ever since he returned from Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic at the end of May.
I would get up and just fall.
The Detroit businessman vacations in the DR often, and despite hearing about Americans falling ill, he did not cancel his regular trip.
I'm just, watching like, okay, well, that wasn't in Puerto Plata. That was in Santiago, Santa Domingo. We wasn't there.
But AJ fell ill a few days into his 9-day vacation with his friends.
So I never thought nothing about it. But as I started getting sicker, I kept saying, like, something ain't right.
By the time he returned to the U.S., AJ only got weaker.
And my doctor say something happened over there and it took its toll.
What happened left his father and husband so sick, doctors told his family to prepare for the worst.
But all I saw was like a black darkness.
He recovered, but doctors don't know from what. His wife even contacted federal authorities to document his case.
To get to the bottom of it, because we still don't know why he got sick or what happened. And it would help a whole lot if we knew what it was.
Hopefully this message get out to people, realize, don't go. It's not worth your life. I was that close.
And doctors are still running tests on AJ to determine what exactly caused his illness. We should point out the Dominican Republic has welcomed U.S. authorities to come to the country and investigate, adding that they believe everything is safe in their country. Reporting live tonight, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Okay, Jermont. Tonight we're getting our first look at the Clinton Township woman accused of stealing a Ferndale police cruiser and then crashing it. 24-year-old Destiny Hawkins is charged with auto theft and fleeing and eluding. Police say she jumped into a Ferndale police car last Friday at 9 Mile and Woodward and later crashed into a parked car on Detroit's west side. Nobody was hurt. Hawkins faces up to 10 years in prison.
Michigan State Police have confirmed an undercover trooper ran through a stop sign, crashing into another car. This happened last week on Detroit's west side, and this is a homeowner's surveillance camera which captured the crash. It shows the undercover SUV was at fault. The trooper right now remains on medical leave. Police are investigating a fatal crash that happened earlier today near Big Beaver and John R. Road in Troy. According to a vehicle going westbound crossed into the median, hitting a car head-on that was traveling eastbound on Big Beaver. That person in the car died from their injuries. The driver that crossed the median listed in serious condition tonight.
A graduation party turns deadly after a stabbing in Taylor, leaving a 17-year-old dead. Happened over the weekend at the All Saints Council Hall on Brest near Telegraph. 4 people were taken to the hospital, including the 17-year-old who later died from his injuries. A board member for the hall describes what happened.
It was more of a one-on-one fight where some of their friends not even necessarily jumped in, but maybe even tried to break it up. And it was over very quickly. They talked to one of the adults who gave first aid. Yeah. He was not breathing and that there was not much external blood. Everybody knew everybody there. So whoever did this is not going to get away with it.
2 people are now in custody, including a 16-year-old. They are expected to be arraigned in the next coming days.
Construction is going to be ramping up this summer on the new Gordie Howe Bridge in Detroit's Delray neighborhood.
New drone video shows the newly installed construction offices at the bridge site just off Jefferson. Dozens of local companies are involved in the project. The bridge is expected to cost more than $5 billion and open sometime in the year 2024. All right, still to come, it has become legalized in 11 states, including, of course, here in Michigan.
We're going to have a look at what researchers are now saying about the impact recreational marijuana is having on teenagers.
Yeah, in a brawl inside one of the most popular theme parks in the country, the disturbing video and what police say caused the violence. Hi, Ben.
Kim, another cool start tomorrow morning, but don't get too used to it. We're going to beat today's highs by lunch tomorrow. That and your smoky sunset storm pins coming up.
The Rosa Parks bus stands as a symbol of her brave defiance that changed the course of history in America. And the bus has an interesting history of its own.
It had been sold as surplus, purchased by a local man who used it as a tool shed.
Left in ruins, it now sits at the Henry Ford in Dearborn, bringing a crucial moment in our history to life.
We've seen people who get moved to tears inside the bus.
Where did this story begin? Maybe it was your town.